been told in the past that commercial airlines are not allowed to be flown by two Christians, just in case one of them suddenly disappears. The airlines are covering themselves.
So they have a screening procedure to make sure that there's one Jewish pilot, one Christian pilot?
I honestly don't know if that's a requirement or if that's just a rumor.
Okay.
I've heard that a couple of times over the past 10 years.
Okay.
So.
But you haven't verified it?
I have never verified it.
Okay. All right, let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
You're dead. I hope of old age.
Right.
I'm not talking about probably from the Jesus Lamb versus Blue State War, but let's just say this time it's old age.
Sure.
And you find yourself in hell. Mm-hmm. And you're being roasted on a pit, and every hour on the hour you have to suck Satan's greasy cock or whatever they make you do down there. I hear it's really bad.
Yeah, right.
Don't you wish you would have believed? It would have been so easy just to believe.
Well, no, because it wouldn't really be any better. If I had to sit in heaven forever, knowing that there are these people, millions and millions, probably billions of people, suffering these eternal horrible torments, and there was nothing I could ever do for them, that to me would be hell.
There are jokes about the Pope dies and goes to heaven. St. Peter greets him, as St. Peter often does in these stories, and says, you know, you led a very holy life on earth, and if there's anything you want here in heaven, we'd be glad to accommodate you. We'd like to reward your faithful service on earth. Is there anything we can do for you? The Pope says, well, he says, I've never seen the original form of the Bible. He says, okay, fine. He ushers him into a little room, and there on the table is the original version of the Bible. And he leaves him alone in there to browse through it. After a few minutes, he hears the Pope exclaim, oh, he says, oh my goodness, he says, the word is celebrate. When my Jesus paper came out, I got a few nasty letters saying that basically people are trying to pray that I'll be saved. But I have not yet been saved.
Any chance?
No. I'm happy the way I am. I'm happy with my life.
Because it is taboo to criticize religious faith and any convictions born of religious faith, we have the spectacle, really the travesty, of college-educated politicians endorsing social policies. To take one example, blocking stem cell research or impeding its funding at least, on the basis of no evidence whatsoever, on the basis of metaphysical dogmas, in this case the dogma that the soul enters the zygote at the moment of conception. And this leads people who should know better to stand on the floor of the Senate or in the Oval Office and speak first-century platitudes which are meant to serve as ethical arguments against what is undoubtedly one of the most promising lines of research in biology to remediate a host of scores, potentially, of terrible, debilitating diseases.
Somebody made up a parody of these sort of like pleas from sick or physically handicapped children to be my friend or send money, and it was about this boy called Billy who supposedly had to have his body removed, and it was replaced with a burlap sack full of leaves, and won't you please send money or send me an email? And we would get this over and over from people asking, is this true?
Is this true? That this boy was just a head.
Attached to a burlap sack full of leaves.
And in dire need of new leaves.
I guess as of about the age of 11, I became a fundamentalist Baptist and got involved in the youth work and the church, and I'll always be grateful to them for instilling in me an insatiable curiosity about the Bible. But that very thing, eventually, a few years later, I guess, when I was in the middle of theological seminary, made me realize that the Bible just couldn't be realistically dealt with if you believed that it was an inspired book with no contradictions or errors. That was just like a set of blinders, that there was so much that didn't make sense that way. And I finally decided, well, as Mercier Eliade said, that in the West we've had to give up faith in exchange for the truth. The knowledge is more important, and I made that adjustment, and it's been many years since I did, but I now find myself, again, a churchgoer. I go to the Episcopal Church, and I love what is going on there in the symbolism and the liturgy precisely because I understand it is mythology.
It really is a faith issue. People say, well, what's the difference between evolution as a fact and creationism as a fact? The truth of the matter is neither one are facts, because if you can't replicate either one. You can see evidence of evolution within species, but you can't see it from species to species, from any of that. But it is not scientifically without flaw itself. Creationism has all kinds of evidences, scientific evidence, that more and more, the more we find out about science, the more we see that it is accurate. But my personal belief in Jesus Christ is a faith issue.
1, 2, 3, and 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 1, 2, 3.